I usually don't drink sake, but it's all they had. So, a couple things going on with this day. We got price respecting the downtrend channel right now. What are we pretty overbought right now? We're pretty oversold right now. We're pretty oversold, but we're coming off of the downtrend channel. So the only thing I'm going to be looking at here is look at P gold zone and R1 gold zone. So for the newbies and for normal ass members, you guys already know when we haven't touched the gold zone for the day, we are likely to get magnetized towards one of the gold zones. So looking at things, you know, the only thing that I don't like is we're on the 500 right now. We're respecting a downtrend, but we're on the 500. With the way it looks, it does look like price should probably head down towards P if we respect this downtrend, but there's always a chance. So, oh, let me look at this shit. I'm looking at the uptrend from yesterday. So we are in a little wedge here. So, oh, we're gonna have to be patient. Oh my God, I feel wonderful, guys. Oh. I popped another bottle of sake like at 7 o'clock, and I was like, oh, am I gonna be good? And I was like, fuck it. Make me another fucking salmon nigiri and pop my bottle, bitch. And here I am. A little bit lit. 100% ready to fucking make this day my bitch. So, this downtrend, what it do? We got the uptrend from 2 days ago, right? The uptrend from yesterday and the day before that. We got the downtrend from the higher time frames. So we're probably gonna have to be patient here. We may pop off of the 500. We may reject and make our way back down to P gold zone. Oh, fuck. I'll watch what we do here at Perp. Liddy candles are respecting the 100 green liddies. No audio. Can you guys hear me? Check, check, mic check, 1, 2. Is it just Steven, or can everybody else hear me? Okay, Steven, you might have to check. Steven, check your audio slash video settings. Everyone can hear me. Perfect. So once again, I'm going to zoom out a little bit for those of you who came in late. We have this downtrend channel that we've been respecting. So my only thing today is we've been respecting the downtrend. If you look at London and you look at Asia, London and Asia both respected the downtrend. The only thing standing in the way is previous day and the day before that uptrend. So we got a nice little wedge here. I probably will be patient and wait for the breakout of the wedge because that's what I see. Depending on what we do here, Might possibly jump in for one lot. But we'll see. Pretty strong. And remember, look at price, right? Throughout this day, price did not touch a gold zone. So on the days when we don't touch a gold zone, the likelihood of us getting magnetized towards one of the gold zones is pretty high. So we just kind of got to be patient and wait for the candles to tell us which way it wants to go. Oh, shit. You know what the beautiful thing about being here in Vietnam is? Is like Grab, which is our Uber. Like I went out and I ate some Japanese omakase shit, and then took a Grab there and back. But a Grab there and back is like $5. It's so cheap. It just makes sense to take a Grab and not drive. I think I'm gonna have to pour me some more. I gotta keep this buzz going. I got a good buzz going. I'm supposed to go somewhere tomorrow. What is tomorrow? Wednesday for me? Yeah, Wednesday. Oh, I gotta go to Dong Tap. Shit, that's right. Ain't no mountain high, ain't no valley low, ain't no river wide enough, baby. You know, I was at dinner, and this other businessman came in with like a girl. It was like sugar baby type shit. But I sometimes forget how much my watches cost, and it kind of does draw attention. But tonight I was wearing my rose gold aquanaut, and that rose gold aquanaut probably, what did I pick it up for? I picked it up for 85, but it's worth like roughly about 100K. But he came up to me and he whispered in my ear and he was like, "Who are you?" Who are you that you can just be eating this omakase with $100,000 watch in your hand? And I was like, oh fuck, I forgot I had this bitch on. I'm just another person, man. Just another financially stable person with 100 racks on his wrist. So we got a pretty big volume push here. 630. Once again, the only thing I'm worried about is this downtrend right here. That downtrend that we're on. Whether or not we'll break above it. Cross lines were oversold, popping up now. I guess I'd have to see a solid push. Yeah, I'd have to see us break out of this downtrend. And then from there we'd have to, I don't know, because this would be the first time that we break out of the downtrend. And that's, I mean, it's 50-50, right? It's 50-50 that we'll break out of the downtrend. But I'm going to respect the downtrend, so I kind of almost don't care if this pushes up. I'm going to be patient and see if we respect the downtrend. Remember, we trade what we see. We trade what we see. I'm alright with missing this if this wants to continue up. But I'm not going to trade against the current structure, which is a downtrend. So if you guys are in it from 630, if you were in it to click the button fast enough, which I wasn't, you'd be in profit about 420 pips-ish right now. But once again, I don't want to trade against the downtrend structure. I'm gonna be patient here. One con. Yeah, nothing wrong. I mean, that's what I was considering doing, was jumping in for the one contract, and then if we break the downtrend and we break the level, then I would add to it. But unfortunately, I'm a little bit slow today, so so it's okay. Uh, but that's a safe bet, you know, and that's why I tell you guys to trade at the one contract, right? Like with Top Step, so that you can get into the entry regardless. Because even if you get into one contract, maybe you're risking about 40 bucks here, maybe 40 or 50 bucks, and then, you know, you can probably, like, the nice thing is, like, right now you're probably in profit, maybe, you know, 20 or 30 bucks. If this does give us rejection to the top side, you can quickly take a quick profit. Yeah, it's only 20 or 30 bucks, but at least you're safe. And even if you're wrong, like, to be wrong, to see this reject and come back down and even tap you out at like 40 or 50 bucks, that's harmless, you know. We are getting a little bit of volume here, pretty strong, I don't know. My only trouble with wanting to take that up, once again, if I zoom out, we've been in a downtrend strong since July 27th, and we're back up right now. So remember, like, we trade based off of what we see. So for me, if I see that we had this downtrend since July 28th, July 27th, and we're rejecting it the whole time that we get up to it, you know, I cannot. Yes, I can. I could get into one contract and just hope for the best that it breaks up, but I'm also going to be aware that, yeah, there's a very good chance that it could break back down. And when there's times like this, the best thing to do, at least in my opinion, is to do nothing. You know, like, I wasn't able to get in fast enough at 6:30, so I'm not in it. So my best bet is to just not get into it. Exactly. So Ruben Point has a good point right there, is when we're in these like downtrends and when we're in these specific structures, like, there are times when price will push us out, like right now, right? Like, it kind of pushed us out very slightly above the level, above the downtrend, and then what it will do is it'll reject and then it'll come back down. I can hear all the indicators and beeps but no voice. We green though. Be careful of a fake out here. Maybe try to restart your Discord. Everyone else can hear me. So, and it's one of those things where, you know, you pick your poison. You know, when it comes to trading, there's always going to be a risk. The entries that I like to take have less things going against it, right? So if we're looking at this here at 6:30, you know, from the beginning of the day, we have the wedge, we have the downtrend, and then we have price supporting off the 500. So in my opinion, if you guys just look at the two levels right there, right? There's two levels that price kind of like was in between 6:30 and where we're at right now. That's 1,000 pips. So to wait for price to break beyond this is kind of what I'm waiting for. Because I don't, once again, I don't want to trade against structure. Structure is huge. Structure will trump any indicator, you know? It's purely just the movement. So here we have a little bit of rejection here. Took 25. Hey, that's profit, baby. That's lunch. That's breakfast, that's lunch. Once again, like, possible wedge. Bro, I think you're on the right track. Oh, you got it. Uh, and Joe, Ruben is in London, so he's fairly close to you. Hey, Ruben, meet Joe. Joe comes to London every once in a while too. The world is the world is a smaller place because of the juice. Funny, I was looking at Lambos after watching Lamborghini. And Joe is a female, so just make sure you yeah, be careful the way you speak. The other Joe is a man, so yeah. But I'm sure Joe woman will not be offended either. But I'm just saying sometimes we have there's a lack of a filter in here, but I think Joe can handle herself, so. I guess we'll all have to put like what we identify as. As long as nobody gets butt hurt. Good, good. I know you can handle yourself, Joe. So we got price rejecting the level here, rejecting the downtrend. Very possible that we're stuck in this wedge here. So the easiest thing, which I don't know if you guys have realized at this point, is like to just do nothing. You know, do nothing. Like when you expect nothing from the chart, you'll be surprised how the chart just speaks to you. So, do you know Elon? Papa Elon? YouTube audio working. I'm not sure then, bro, cause it's you're the only one that can't hear me. Oh, I see. You have your I just did you can you hear me now? I saw you you turned off the mute thingy. You might have to allow audio in Discord. There you go. Ruben's gonna take over education soon. Like I told you guys need to hurry the hell up because I'm getting old and I don't want to teach anymore. You guys have to get good at this so one of you can take over what I do. I got a bad Achilles ankle. My hips are going. I don't know how long. I don't know how much more I got in me, guys. So we got rejection of the level. We got rejection of the downtrend. We're still stuck in this little wedge, so do nothing. I literally, since 6:30 has hit, I have not touched my mouse. I'm just gonna wait for either price to break off through the top or break down. ISM is in 13. Sheesh. Let me see here. My FX book. Oh my god. I feel myself getting sober. I need to go fucking take a drink. ISM in 13, and then crude oil in 7. Alright, I'll be right back. I don't want to become sober. Fuck that life. are we doing? Absolutely fucking nothing. How many of us are in Europe? Oh yeah, Nathan is in Europe now. Nathan is the homie from Portland, but he lives in where the fuck are you? Oh, you're in Spain. You're in Spain, right? Ruben's in London. And then Joe is where are you, Joe, again? You're Ireland, you're Iceland, you're Norway. Where are you? Scotland, that's right. One of the lands. I knew it was one of the lands. Isn't that crazy? Like, you know, when I think about how all of us know each other and how all of us are all over the fucking world, how crazy is that shit, right? Like, I'm sitting in Asia, you guys are all fucking in Europe, UK, fucking Spain. People's in the US. Irfan's out there. Irfan, you're way out there, motherfucker. Like, the world is... It feels so cool to feel like the world is that small, right? Or Irfan's probably the furthest away from me right now. You should get us all a vacation in Ibiza. Ibiza's not even worth it, man. Ibiza's overpriced. You know, the last time I went to Ibiza, I spent like 10 grand just to have a bed on the fucking on the beach. I was like, that shit's dumb as fuck. Although I did go the last time that what's his name? Fuck, he ended up killing himself. I saw him for the last time that he was there in Ibiza. What the fuck was his name? Avicii, yes! Yes! There's a very, very famous day club over there that I stayed at. And I went to go see him for the last time that he played in Ibiza. I had like a fat suite like on the water right in front of like the stage area where he was playing. That was pretty fucking insane, so... Ibiza's cool for that. But you know, here's the thing, man. If we go to Ibiza, like, all of us have to go type of shit. You know, like, I went there with like 4 other people, and it was cool, but I mean, it was cool because I always go and I fucking enjoy myself. That's the one. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. That's it. Ruben fucking knows. Ruben is about that life. But yeah, bro, my room for like a week was like 20 G's. It was stupid. But it was worth it. It was worth it to be right there. And not knowing that he was gonna, end himself in the next fucking 6 months. Yeah, it was pretty cool. I've always liked Avicii's music, so. Nice. Yeah, I always go to Mallorca. I have some friends in Mallorca, which is, like just a couple hours away on a boat, or like 1 hour away on an airplane and shit. So yeah, we should go. I mean, I'm always down. It just sucks that I'm all the way fucking over here in Asia right now. I probably will be here for a couple more months, but I look forward to coming out there, man. I need to do like a UK, a juice UK tour. I'll go rent out like a fat suite in some place and we can all just stay there. I mean, the one reason why I like Mallorca, oh yeah, and wait, and Steven, yeah, I met him fucking at the club, at the bar. That one fucking, that's some funny shit, because that night that I went out, Steven, I purposely went out by myself because I wanted to see, like, can someone go out by themselves and still enjoy themselves? And I know I'm a little bit different than most people because I'm pretty outgoing, but still, like, Portland sometimes is a very cliquey fucking place. And I mean, even though I get along with everybody, the cliquey thing doesn't really make a difference for me because I'll push my way into the friend group. But yeah, I don't know. That was nice. That was nice. That night was refreshing. That, and what was even funnier is like, I remember I left my, I don't remember if I took the Jaguar or if I took the Benz that night, but I had to leave the Benz there and I had to take a fucking Uber home. I remember coming back the next day, next morning, at like 6 in the morning, and the Uber driver was like, "Did you party over there? Because I heard there was a big party over there." I was like, "Fuck yeah." I drank a lot of Hennessy. I drank a lot of fucking Hennessy, and I couldn't drive home. I took an Uber home, and then I came back in the morning. I can briefly remember I was trying to sleep in the Benz. I think it was the Benz. I think I took the SUV that day. But I remember trying to sleep, and then I just fucking couldn't sleep. And I was like, "Oh, fuck this shit, I'm leaving." And then that's when I called the Uber. I think that was like 3 in the morning. Stupid. And then I got up at like 6 a.m. and then I went back to pick up the car, still fucked up. Oh, boy. I remember I met, that same night, I met this, I think they ran out of Hennessy or tequila that night. Probably. Everybody was, I don't even remember how much I spent that night. That's the problem. When I go out, I be buying everybody drinks. And I never remember how much I spent. I just know it was a good time. It was a good time. I met a lot of people that night, actually. Yeah, that was good. That was good. That's the type of nights that make me wish I was still there right now. Although it's been hot though, huh? Hasn't the weather been hot? I'm not trying to go out when it's hot as fuck, but I'm sure when the sun goes down, it's probably not so bad. So we got price pushing through perp right now. Once again, I'm still just chilling. I am trying to, once again, wait for price to break out of one of these areas. For those of you guys that were on like last week, when we had that day when we ranged, I think for you, Steven, it was the one day that you took some bad entries at the beginning and then you took some more to cover the losses. But similar to that type of day, this is where we establish that we're kind of in the range. So when we're in the range, we just be patient, you know. And this is, for some, this is the hardest part, is just to do nothing. But you guys will start to see that there is a pattern in, the more I'm talking, the more I'm just not giving a fuck, which means we're just waiting. So it's when I talk less that I'm like focused and I'm like looking for the entry. But right now we're still kind of stuck in between these two levels right here, so we're just chilling. Ah, yeah, I need to come back. I need to come back, and then I need to go to fucking Europe. That'll be nice. Or you guys can just come to Vietnam. What the fuck? You guys can come to Vietnam or Singapore or Japan. Either of those places, I'll go and I'll meet you guys there. Price is pushing the 500 right now. And what is important? Who can tell me what's important right now? Who can tell me why I don't really care to do anything right now? There's something like super important throughout Asia and London that hasn't really happened, that I'm okay with just being patient. And I'll give you guys a hint. Average. 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 500 is there, but look at the movement throughout the day. Look at the movement throughout the trading day, throughout Asia and London up until this point. What, on average, should we be expecting? Thank you. There you go. So on average, price likes to move anywhere between like 4 and 6,000 pips. I'm not sure what you're talking about with the 3 or 4, but you're pretty. I'm pretty sure you're on the same track that I'm going at. But throughout the day, usually price likes to move anywhere between 4 and 6,000 pips. So just looking at things, exactly, barely even two. We barely even moved 2 pips. In my opinion, we've only moved 1,000 pips, right? Because like there's only 2 levels that price has been stuck in between since Asia, London, and now New York. So if we've been stuck in this 1,000 pip movement, the likelihood of us moving another 3 or 4,000 pips once we break out is high. And that's where the patience comes into play, because I don't care if it breaks down, I don't care if it breaks up. I know that if we break up or down, we'll move 2, 3, 4,000 pips. So it's really okay to just do absolutely fucking nothing until we break out. Oh, good lord. Boom, 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 boom. Your price right on the 500. When is news? I don't know. Don't you have my FX book, fool? It already happened. Yeah, it already happened. Oh, shit. Price is skipping. Price is skipping right now. Be careful. Whoa. Uh, it just means price moved faster than the broker could like fulfill orders. That's a big gap there. So this is the first push outside of the wedge and the 500. Are we overbought, oversold? What are we right now? Fuck, we're coming back down. Ew, it's ugly today. And remember, guys and girls, not every day do you need to take an entry, right? Like if it feels fucked up, if it doesn't feel right, not taking an entry is better than taking a bad entry. Yeah, I'm gonna watch as price rejects here. If we kind of reject the 500 or possibly perp, I'll possibly look to maybe enter to the downside. But right now with this volume, I'm just gonna be patient. I'm gonna drink some more. Oh, Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Oi, oi, oi. That's good stuff. Made 50. Let go. Hey, that's about 10% of a Lamborghini payment right there. Let's go. You just need about 100 more of those, and you're good. How much more time do we have left on this candle? 2 minutes and 50 seconds. I mean, it's a Lamborghini. You probably got to put at least 50K down. If you got good credit. Depending on which Lamborghini you get, you're probably spending at least $250,000. I can't though. I could never. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, if you're looking at Top Step and you're looking at Trading View, you can see like discrepancy, right? Like Trading View looks Top Step looks pretty normal, but trading view looks fucked up. So when I see discrepancies like that, I like to just be patient. So. Yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, living in Portland really restricts me from not wanting to buy, super luxury vehicles. I've had a Bentley before. I've had a Bentley. I've had a bunch of AMGs in Portland, but I'll never buy a Lamborghini like a supercar. I'll never buy a Ferrari. I'll never buy even like a Rolls Royce in Portland because it just doesn't fucking make sense. And it's kind of funny because I also think about wanting to live in places where having an exotic car like that would make sense, right? Like for the lifestyle and the look. And the only places is like maybe Seattle, maybe LA, maybe Vegas, maybe Houston, maybe Miami. Get spray painted on if you want. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's fucking just a Tesla, right? Like, 1/22 of the bit, yeah, right? Even with like my fucking, even with my F type, people are already like, oh my god, is that like an Aston Martin? I'm like, nah, it's like the broke man's Aston Martin, like. But you know what? An F type costs quarter the amount of like a Lamborghini, and I like the way the F type sounds. So, yep. No, 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 no. F type only comes in a V6 and a V8. But it sounds good. Like the one thing about Jaguar, when it came to them making their F type, and compared to all like the supercars, F type is is fucking beautiful. And that's why most people, like Ruben's asking, is it a V10? Like a lot of people do think that that is V10 because of the way it sounds. Like they did it, they perfected that fucking note of that vehicle. So that's why when everybody asks me like, oh, why don't you buy something more expensive? I'm like, well, first of all, I fucking live in Portland. Like I already take the F type to like El Gaucho and shit, and everybody's like, oh. And having an exotic car in Portland, yeah, it doesn't even make sense. I had the Bentley, so when I was I don't know what that was, like 2016 maybe. I had a Bentley Continental, and even that didn't fucking make sense. Only because like when I needed to get service on it, there was like one place that I could go that I could trust, and the payment on that was like 3 grand. So that really didn't make sense. I'll be real, unless you're trying to spend like buku dollars on maintenance, I don't think anybody should buy anything other than like an F type. Like an F type is perfect. But it's all about value. Like I've had the nice exotic cars, I've driven them, and I can personally say that they're very, very fucking. It's not worth it. That's what I'm saying. Everybody can get an F type, man. Honestly, everybody realistically, we could all get F types. They're not that expensive. But you know what though? Like my F type, I did put like a body kit on it, so that's why like mine does look better than most. Every time I go someplace, everybody's like, "Oh, is that an Aston Martin Vantage?" I'm like, "Nah, it's it's an F type with a body kit on it." But that's the point. That's the point. Is I can spend 40, 50 G's, and the car looks and sounds like a car that's over 6 figures. I like that shit. We got price here. First break of the downtrend of the uptrend. We're getting a little support here on this level. I'm still just waiting for something substantial to happen here. But here's what I'm looking at, right? Price is underneath perp. Price is underneath the uptrend. Price is underneath the 500. Price might just need time to get its shit together and continue down. So that's kind of just what I'm waiting for. I mean, the F-type is fun. Oh, Isaiah, I've driven you in the F-type, so you know. You know what it feels like, and you know what it sounds like. Like, it's fucking beautiful. I fucking love that thing. You do. Do it, bro. I'm telling you. Oh, but I do have an aftermarket exhaust on it. So that's the only difference is I have a Velocity AP exhaust on it. And yeah, that thing is great. But you know what? You know what the crazy I live my life a quarter mile at a time. No, but I live my life just like when shit happens, it just happens, and I listen to the clues of the world. So when I bought the F-Type, my homie Jay and I, we actually we were either looking like we were both gonna get Bentleys or we were both gonna get some kind of like exotic car, and it just so happened I found the F-Type for a really good price. I knew who the previous owner was, and then I ended up buying that. And then after that, like I bought it and I was like, okay, the exhaust sounds good, but I wanted it just a little bit louder. And it's funny because I was calling around all the exhaust places in Portland, and nobody wanted to like work on an F-Type because it's not a common vehicle. You know, it's a fucking European vehicle that no, it's not European. It's British. It runs under a Land Rover, but nobody wanted to work on it. And then I called random ass fucking exhaust shop in Tigard, random exhaust shop in Tigard where my homie Jay lives, and I was like, hey, you guys got any? Would you guys be willing to do this on my exhaust? And basically, what I wanted to do was I wanted to cut out the cats on my exhaust, but the F-Type has this weird like suitcase exhaust, and you have to like cut into the suitcase, then you have to take out the cats, and then you have to weld back on that piece of metal, and nobody wanted to do that, and this was the only place that would be willing to do that. But then he was like, wait a minute, you have a Jaguar F-Type? I was like, yes. And he was like, you know what's crazy is just yesterday there was an old man that came in here with an F-Type, and he was complaining that his exhaust was too loud. So they went to look at his exhaust, and they saw that it was this Velocity AP, and I'm familiar with the brand for Jaguar. They make exhaust specifically for Jaguars. And he was like, this old man thought his exhaust was too loud, so we cut it out, and we put a stock one on there. We have a Velocity AP exhaust sitting here, and this Velocity AP exhaust is like $3,000. And he was like, if you come, I'll just charge you the labor. And I was like, okay, how much is labor? He's like, $400. I was like, okay, I'll give you $350. He was like, okay. Boom, I went there. I looked at the exhaust. I could tell it was maybe like a year or two old, but that's still perfectly fine. It's a good exhaust. Everything was perfectly fine. And the biggest thing with that Velocity AP exhaust is that it has my Jaguar has a button to where I can open and close all 4 valves. So you can run with it with 2 valves open so that it's not so loud, and then you can run with it 4 valves open. But this one had everything working. And bro, I got a fucking full-on $3,000 exhaust for $350. I bought them lunch and I bought them beer and shit, and they were like, thank you. And yeah, I don't know, shit just works out, man. Like, yeah, shit just works out. Put out good vibes in the world, and like shit just works out. It's the Ed Luck, bro. I told you. I told you the Ed Luck is real. Everybody, when I tell people Ed Luck, everybody's like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, Ed Luck is real, man. Ed Luck is so fucking real. Yeah, cause that I mean, and even though I have a little bit of money, even when I looked at that Velocity AP exhaust, I was like, oh man, I don't want to spend 3 grand. I'll have to spend 3 grand just to get it. Then I have to spend $300-400 to install it, and then boom, all of a sudden, the final. And I almost gave up too. I was even talking to my homie Jay, and he was like, Ed, just call one more place. And I called one more place, and that was the one. That was the fucking one. Jay and I are, yeah, Jay's my Jamaican brother, man. We spend a lot of money. Between him and I, yeah, we got, what do we have? We have the RSQ8, we have the R8, we have an S7, we have an S8, SQ5, I have my F-Type, I got the little Benz. Yeah, between us two, we ended up buying all those cars together just for the fuck of it. We got price rejecting the 500 now. I think the RSQ8 is probably one of my favorites. It's basically it's the same engine of the Lamborghini Urus, same engine. But I think it's more practical. So we're pretty oversold again, but we're breaking out to the downside. Still not breaking this this level. Come on. Remember, magnetized. We're getting magnetized. At the way things look, it's looking like it wants to get magnetized towards P. So that's what I'm looking at. We're underneath the 500. We're underneath the perp. We're underneath the uptrend. We look like we're testing level to head down. I need to go buy new dress shoes tomorrow. Boom, 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 boom. The candles are pretty solid red. We're looking like we're getting some bearish volume. Come on. Come on. I ate that omakase. It was like 20 something different courses, little dishes. I love sushi, but then that bitch, I'm like fucking hungry again. Nice volume here. Let's go. Let's get P Gold Zone, baby. Come on. Let's get P gold zone. Let's get P gold zone. What time is it? 9:18. Today feels like the day's going by pretty fast. One of my other funded accounts that I didn't use, I didn't realize I didn't use it like in 30 days, and they sent me a thing that was telling me like I gotta use it, if not they'll get rid of it. So I'm copy trading 3 different accounts today. We got a little bit wick to the bottom here. Got about 25 seconds left on the candle. We're getting some bearish volume. Come on, just finish the push to P. Don't be a little bitch. I'm already in profit, so I might move stop loss into profit just a little bit. I don't like that. I don't like that big wick. There you go. There you go. Finish it. I'm gonna push my stop loss into profit $100. So I'm in profit 104. Floating stop loss is at like 180 right now, so I'm trying to see if we'll get that. I don't know. When the fuck did I get in? No, like 7 o'clock. I think I got in at like 7 o'clock. I don't know, man. My vision's kind of blurry. All I know is I got in when we broke the downtrend. I'm pretty fucking blurred up right now. Stop loss is in profit 104. Floating profit 234, 250-ish, 225. I'm moving stop loss into profit here because the previous wick. I can't lose money here. I'm copy trading 3 different accounts. So if we bounce back up and tap me out, I'll be out 300 for the day. If we continue down and hit P gold zone, I'll possibly take profit or move stop loss at P gold zone. It's looking good right now. Volume to the downside, but stop loss in profit to be safe. Strat, baby, head out. Exactly. I mean, if you're not in it from 7 o'clock or 7:10, you shouldn't be looking for anything at this point. You're too late. The only thing I would be looking for is if we break the gold zone. It's like exactly. But I mean, here's the thing. If there's anything about my trading strategy that I'm 100% confident with, it's the gold zones. So, will we get to P? Yes. When will we get there? I don't know. That's always the tough part, and that's why we always just have to be safe, you know. If I didn't see the wick on this previous candle at 7:15, I probably wouldn't have moved stop loss into profit. But because we got that wick, which is basically a big ass doji on the previous candle at 7:15, I gotta move my stop loss into profit, because if we decide that we're gonna bounce from here and head up, I can't be dumb, you know. And the thing about it is like, yes, it's 104 on this one account, but I'm copy trading 3 different accounts right now, so it's really 300. So it's all right. I'm fucking okay. And I'm almost like 99% sure we'll get down to P gold zone. That's the risk we take, right? That's the educated risk that we take. And even at this point, like, I'm $100 in profit, so I mean, I'm not mad if even if this does bounce up and tap me out $100, 104. I'm not mad at it. But remember, your entrances, right? Your entries, they gotta be off the perp. They gotta be off the perp. They gotta be off a gold zone. Those are the best entries. Those are the best entries to take because you can visually see, you know, like where we're rejecting. So, and even like if we look at 640, right? Like the reason why I didn't just hit the sell button at 640 is because I don't know if we're gonna break down. You know, 7 o'clock's, what time was my entry? 7 o'clock. When I saw that happened, that's like my kicker to be like, okay, I'm gonna jump into the downside. So we got price here pushing P gold zone. I'm about 300 in profit right now. I'm gonna start moving my stop loss. 300 in profit. Oh, don't tap me out. Come on. You know what? I'm gonna go 250. Oh, I'm tapped out. All right. Oh well. I'll take it. 250 times 3, that's 750. I'm all right with that. Solid. What's the chances of us breaking through the P gold zone? Yeah, 50-50 at this point. But we're underneath perp. The likelihood of us coming down is pretty high. Look at Liddy candles. Liddy candles are strong red. But I'm all right. One single account 250. Copy trading 3 different accounts. That's 750 for the day. So I'm all right with that. And that's what is most important, right? Like, I tell you guys, don't fucking chase the big ass profits. Like, even $250 on one account times 3 or times 2, it really makes a big difference, you know. And on the days when I make like $1,000 plus on one account, remember, that's like times 2, that's times 3, because I'm copy trading 2-3 different accounts. Don't always get fixated on having to hit such a large number profit. It will add up. And if you feel like there's any need, if you feel like there's some kind of weird need for you to chase some kind of big profit, like, that's something you might have to ask yourself, what the fuck, you know, like, are you being unrealistic? Do you think you need more money than you really need? Because I don't know, the way I think is pretty backwards from a lot of people. It's like, I don't need the money, which kind of helps. And then not needing the money has me just like being really fucking nonchalant about trading. Oh, I'm done, guys. And right, what did I tell you guys from the beginning? We didn't touch a gold zone, so the likelihood of us getting magnetized towards one of the gold zones is very high. And that's exactly what we did here. Same shit every day. Oh, what time is it? 9:30, 9:28. Oh, I think I'm gonna finish my drink and then I'm gonna be done here, guys. If anybody has any questions, feel free to ask me. If not, I'll probably give it about 10 more minutes or so. Good shit, bro. Get some rest. Get some rest. There's Chris. There's Ruben. It's 9:30, 9:28 for me, 9:29. I'm going to give it till about 9:40 just to see. I kind of just want to see if we're going to bounce here off of P or if we're going to break. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Would you take a trade on a bounce or a break? So, I would only take the bounce if we break perp. So similar to why I didn't take 640 down, right? I didn't want to take 640 because I don't know if it's going to break the uptrend. I waited for price to break through perp and down the uptrend. I still wouldn't want to take a buy against perp, right? Because the one thing that we know when price is underneath perp is the likelihood of price coming down is fairly high. And that's why I created perp. Perp is here to keep us from taking bad rejections. Because before, we would take everything. But safety is waiting for price to break perp, right? And if you don't believe in that, all you have to do is go look at previous days and just understand, like, yeah, when price is above perp, price comes down. When price is above perp, price goes up. So you would not want to take a buy, like even now. You wouldn't want to take a buy until price broke perp, because price is still underneath perp. So the likelihood of price coming down is still very high. And it's one of those things where you have to be okay with missing it, right? Because even if price does come up right now, if price goes up right now, and let's say price breaks perp in 500 pips to the top, you could probably still get into a good entry off of perp, not necessarily P gold zone, but at that point you can believe in the bounce off of perp. So even though you don't get into the bounce off of P right this moment, you get into it as price breaks perp, and then you tell yourself, okay, this is just a continuation of price bouncing off of P gold zone to continue up. But exactly like what's happening right now, right? Right now, price is looking like it still wants to continue down, and where is price relative to perp? It's still underneath it. So I try not to. At this point, I try not to take anything against perp. If price is underneath perp, I really only want to take sells. If price is above, I really only want to take buys. Or if price breaks above, if price breaks above, I'll take a buy. If price breaks below, I'll take a sell. And it helps to not get bamboozled, because knowing that P gold zone is an area of support, there's a good chance that price may just fuck around over here, right? Like price could bounce off of P gold zone, head back up to perp, it could reject perp and then come right back down and then break below P. So perp is really there to keep you from taking the bad entries against like whatever rejection you're thinking. And right now, the structure is down. We're in a downtrend structure, so for me to want to believe in a buy, I really have to see price break through perp and break the downtrend structure. Oh, as soon as I finish this drink, which is probably in 2 more sips, I'm gonna call it a day. Nice little 250. I'll take it. Ugh. Seven o'clock on the top. I'm in my laptop. Looking like we want to push P. This is exactly my point, Nathan. If price is underneath perp, likelihood of us going down is high. And then zooming out, looking at this downtrend channel, like we were at the top of the downtrend channel. So to see price come down makes a lot of sense if we're continuing the downtrend. And that's all that it is. I mean, everybody always has to remember trading is not a perfect science, right? We lose 1 to 2 trades out of every 10. And with a win ratio like that, you're always bound to stay positive. La, da, 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 da. There is a ways to go to get to the exactly. There's about 1, 2, maybe 2,500 pips to the downside. And even like before the downtrend, right? Like the bottom of the downtrend channel, we already have 1 level, 2 levels, and S1. And here's the thing: if we want to, zoom in, look at S1. Today's S1 gold zone is an area of support yesterday. Like price came down to it and then bounced up. That's where we took the buy. We took the buy there yesterday at 6:30 as price was going up. So what was once a support usually ends up being a resistance. What was once a resistance usually ends up becoming a support. So what was once a support yesterday, if we're thinking that price is going to come down, and we're thinking, okay, if we're in a sell-off, where would we bounce back up or reject? It might possibly be previous day support. And once again, S1 gold zone just so happens to be that support area. That's why we have S1. That's why we have the gold zones, right? It's a visual representation of support and resistance in the past. Me zooming in is just to fucking reconfirm the gold zone and where we're expecting price. Look at that. Price is continuing down. We're breaking through P gold zone. Ah, the juice strat hits. I'm telling you guys. This is the juice strat. P gold zone means previous. No. So if you look at every day, there's going to be a P gold zone. P gold zone is where we're at right now. So you can see P gold zone is where we're at right now. Below it, you'll see S1 as a support 1. You'll see below that support 2, S3, S4. Above P gold zone, you'll see R1, R2, R3, resistance. If you look the day before, there's going to be a P gold zone. Then you'll see above a resistance, R2, R3, below S1, S2. So, no. When I talk about previous day low or previous day whatever gold zone, it is specific to whatever it is. So today's S1 is roughly yesterday's P. Today's P gold zone is roughly yesterday's R1. But just look at it, right? Like, and there's, we always look left. So if you look left and you look at this area 4 o'clock to about 6:30 where we took the buy up, that area where price became a support is today's S1. So that's what I'm saying is you look at the previous data to give us information, to use in the present right now. So if we break through P gold zone, the likelihood of us coming down towards at least this area, S1-ish, 2,000 pips-ish down, is pretty high. It's pretty high, right? Because that's just a normal gold zone movement. Would I take the sell-off here? Probably not, though. Every day when I get on the charts, and that's something for you guys to take into consideration too, is there's always going to be maybe one, maybe two great entries. After that, it gets a little sloppy. So, and that's one thing that you have to use as discipline. Because even right now, you might be, later Yuzo, you might be enticed to want to take a sell-off here. But you got to ask yourself, where was the initial entry? Where was the initial push? And that is, from up over here as we break in the downtrend. Because now let's look at how much have we moved for the day. If we look at the top of the day and the low of the day where we moved, that's about 3,000 pips now. Right? So whereas we were, when we were over here only in 1,000 pips, and we're like, okay, if we break out, we'll take another 1,000 pips or so. Now we're at that point where we're at 1,000 pips or so. 3,251 pips later. Are we going to reject here and support up? Will we break through? I don't know. But we use, when we're here within the 1,000 pip range, we use that knowing that we'll move an average of 3, 4, 5,000 pips to our advantage when we want to take our profit. Take an entry anyways. And really all we did was take, for me, I took 7 o'clock-ish over here as we broke the uptrend, and I wrote it down to P gold zone. 1,200, let's call it 1,300, let's call it 1,200 pips. 1,200 pips alone, $1 a pip, $1,200. 50 cents a pip, $600. It all adds up. What happens after here? Will price probably break from P gold zone and head down? Probably highly likely. But at this point, after the good entry, the great entry has happened, I'm not trying to get into anything else. If you do get into anything else, stay at a low lot size. That's how I always look at it. When I take a good entry and I've already taken profit for the day, if I take another entry, I will never risk the amount that I've won. So let's just take for one account, let's just say 250. I want 250 for the day. If I was to enter into the downside right now, I would not risk maybe even more than $100 or $200, 100 or yeah, 100 or 200. You know, because even if this ends up being a bad entry, I still want to end the day in a profit. So there's a little bit of strategy you have to take with it, so that no matter what, you always end in a profit. So we do got rejection here of P gold zone. I mean, looking at this, the likelihood of us coming down, very high. But the one thing that the one thing that changed my trading is realizing that I don't need the whole pie. So take that into deep consideration when you guys are trading, is you don't need the whole move to live a good life. You know, at the beginning of my trading career, I used to always think like, yeah, I want to catch the whole move. I need to catch the whole drop. I need to catch the whole push up. But when I realized all I got to do is snatch 1,000 pips every day, that changed up everything. Because it takes the overall goal of making money, right? And that's one thing I always tell you guys to do, is like, you guys got to write this shit down. If your goal is to make $100,000 this year from trading, how much do you have to make every day to make that goal real? You know, if you want to make $50,000 this year, how much do you have to make every day to make that true? You know, 20 trading days in a month, 1,000 pips in a day, $1 a pip means $1,000. So in 1 month, if you're getting 1,000 pips a day, you're getting 20 grand a month, right? That's on the high end. Even at 50 cents a pip, that's 10 grand a month. You know, and be realistic with it, because I always, you know, the way I did this when I first quit my job was I started by making what I needed for the bare minimum. You know, like all I had to do was make at least 2 grand a month, and I could cover my bills, and then I could you know, quit my job. So that's how I look at it. And like, when your goals are that small, when you just gotta make like 2 grand, like fuck, I'm making minimum of 2 grand a week on one account. So you gotta imagine I'm making, you know, copy trading one account, 2 times 3, 6 grand a day type shit. It adds up. So keep realistic with it, keep small. Go for 500 to 1,000 pips a day. I don't care if you're at 50 cents a pip. I don't care if you're at $1 a pip. I don't care if you're at a quarter a pip. The whole goal is to snatch pips, because the pips are what's important. You can change the lot size of the pips to anything. If you guys knew me a little bit after COVID, I was making like 20 grand a day because I was trading at like $10 a pip. But the trading days were a little bit more predictable, which is why I was okay with trading at like $5, $10 a pip. You don't see me doing that shit anymore because our economy is a little bit different than it was 4 or 5 years ago. So, but yeah, this shit got real when I was able to trade at like $5, $10 a pip, make 10, 20 grand a day. Life became really stupid at that point. Alrighty guys, 9:47. I'll give it 3 more minutes on this day. Price has broken through P gold zone to the downside. The likelihood of us coming down is pretty high. I am Gucci with taking my profit for the day. So having multiple accounts, copy trading, smaller risks on each account is the way to go, guys. Ugh. Look at that. Look at that volume. Still pushing down. And to think, if 725 didn't happen, right? 725 was the candle that rejected P gold zone. If 725 didn't happen, I would still be in this entry to the downside. So it's okay. It's okay. We gotta be safe. We gotta move stop loss into profit when it makes sense. Because on the days when we do push up from P gold zone like this, you'll be happy you move stop loss into profit. Whew. I got a minute left on this day, everybody. Liddy candles are still red this whole time. It's a nice drop. That is a nice drop since 650. 650 was the first candle to push through perp. 650 was the first candle to go Liddy red. Since then, we've just been coming down. Lovely. Lovely. Oh, lovely. Good shit. You know what's crazy is that this is just some candlesticks on a screen. I still trip out about that every day that I do this. Is that this is just one big fucking digital game. Alright guys, 9:50. I'm gonna 9:50 for me. That means what, it's what, 7:50 a.m. for you guys. So I'm Gucci here. I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm fucking lit. I need to brush my teeth and go to sleep. So I will see you guys tomorrow, Wednesday. I'm gonna post my video tomorrow because my vision's blurry. Alrighty, Steven. Enjoy you guys' day. I hope today made a lot of sense. See you guys tomorrow. If you guys are staying on the charts, just realize we broke through P, so the likelihood of us finishing the push down to S1 is pretty high. So how long will that take? I don't know. And that's the reason why I'm okay with being out of it already. So alrighty. Check you guys tomorrow. Enjoy your days. Peace. Laters.